Hello, everyone. We're here today shooting our first ever episode of Dramatics with Valid. My name is Heather.
My name is Trey.
And we're going to start off with our hot topics.
Yeah, we're going to start rolling off with the hot topics. So pretty much our hot topics is going to be like this. Whatever you saw on Instagram, that's pretty much what we go talk about. Or if you watch the news, it's okay. If you haven't cut your cable yet, it's okay. Whatever you want to talk about. But today, I know one thing. When I was scrolling on Instagram, I saw Tyler Perry just became godfather to Meghan and Harry's baby girl, which I just thought was a little random. You know, I don't know about you, Heather. I just was like, what's that about? Like, I don't...
I didn't know they knew each other.
Me either. I didn't know they associated in the same circles. I had no idea. So, but I mean, if you look at it, it looks like he helped them out with a couple things. He helped pay for them, the private security team and all this stuff back in 2020. So to stay somewhere at one of his places. So Tyler Perry, I guess, does go kind of far back with them. I guess they homies. He's in the royal family now.
Yep. And I think it missed all of the drama with Meghan and the paparazzi. And so that makes a lot of sense. And it's really cool to know that Tyler Perry's behind the scenes helping the royal family and stuff. So that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty plugged in. Like, I feel like maybe he can, like, you know, help out a little bit up there. Maybe some things will change, you know, now that, you know, he's the godfather, the Don. No, I'm playing.
But it's so funny when he said that he didn't want to go to the, I think, ceremony or the...
Yeah, he didn't want to do it
What
there.
happens?
I think there's like a traditional, like, ceremony where you know, usher the baby in. And I think it's like, you know, I don't know if
you get pinned godfather.
Yeah.
I don't know about a pin, but knighted.
I think it's very serious. Like, I think it's probably like a real, like, production. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't think he wanted to do that, though. He said that he didn't want to go out there and everything, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Did it happen? Who knows? Let me see.
Did you watch the documentary on Netflix? The docu-series, I meant to say.
The docu-series.
Meghan and Prince Harry.
Yeah, I watched it, but, you know, you go ahead. I briefly watched it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You know how you put something on?
You kind of watch it in the background.
Yeah.
I finished... Wait, did I finish episode 3? But I definitely watched episode 1 and 2.
Okay.
And episode 1 and 2 were cool. I actually watched it out of order. I watched 2, then I watched 1. But it was cool. Like, at first, it was kind of tricky. I think for a lot of people I was reading on Twitter, they were saying, like, how they may not like Miss Meghan. And I feel for her because it's just like, oh, what is she really doing wrong? But it gets tricky. Like, especially I think it was episode 2 when she was talking about her experience as a mixed woman and how she was saying that she did not grow up with the experience of what she said was similar to a Black woman. And it wasn't until she came into the public eye that then she experienced for the first time in her life, according to her, what it was truly like to be treated like a Black woman. And I know Twitter was not feeling it, and neither were the Instagram comments. And so how did you feel? No,
I mean, I feel like, to me, if you really think about it, when it comes to Meghan Markle, I feel like she's had mixed reviews since the interview that she had with Oprah. For me, ever since watching that, I kind of was like, you know, I kind of understand it, but at the same time, it's like, how did you not know? Like, how did you weren't ever treated as anything, or you weren't ever treated as different or whatever, as being like Black or whatever. And I feel like now it's like she's talking about it, like, you know, and everything else. But before that, it's like, you never had that realization before, girl? Like, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of not believable. Like, to me at least. I don't know.
That's how it could definitely sound. I took it as she was making a difference, like a big difference between what it's like being biracial and what it's like being non-ambiguous Black.
Yeah.
And coming from two Black parents.
No, I can't speak to that because I'm not biracial. I don't know how it is, you know, to be biracial, because I know that's a whole nother topic in itself.
Right.
Dealing with that, you know. So,
but being mixed, I understood what she was saying to the extent of there being a difference. And I think that for a lot of people, it's just hard to hear, and like it's just rubs people the wrong way. But it's kind of confusing because if you listen and you respect that there is a difference and that colorism is real. And colorism affects the darker you are, the harder your experience could be, right? According to the definition of colorism. So I think that if she was saying that she hadn't experienced more of a biracial person her whole life, or maybe she was saying white, which kind of gets into the topic of passing for white, which is problematic. So it was touchy, but I feel like there is a difference in how you could be treated and the opportunities that you can get. And sometimes it just doesn't sound right when someone admits to it or like discusses it. I just think it rubs people the wrong way.
Yeah. And it's also the delivery of it, like it was done through like a docuseries and all that. And like I said, I think people feel like, she's like, again, like it's kind of like she doesn't speak about it if you were just to ask her about it, maybe in like, let's say a regular interview, but it's done like through a series, through a production. Like that's when she talks about all that too. So I feel like that has something to do with it too. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel you.
But I mean, I think Tyler Perry is a positive direction for the Royal House. I feel like it's a positive direction, maybe.
Definitely. And I think obviously a lot of people are saying that it was her Black mother's responsibility to go ahead and have that conversation with her and also put her in spaces that she would be closer to that side of her. And I think even watching the docuseries myself, I did not see a lot of that within like her friend group and like her, I don't know. So maybe that's why she didn't have that experience because again, her mother kind of wanted her to have a different one.
Yeah, true. Okay, moving on.
Yes.
The album.
Okay, go.
The album. Okay. Let me see. Favorite track off the album for you.
I think Open Arms is the sweetest one.
Open Arms is the sweetest one. Okay, but that's your fave because it's the sweetest, or like what?
It moves me.
Okay, it moves you. Yeah, I feel like for me, love language for sure, especially because like I just feel like again it moves me, but also I like the hit difference, little reference at the end too, like all of that, and I feel like the album as a whole for me. I think it was good. I think she definitely showed, like, I was telling you earlier, she showed a lot of different sides to her. She has a lot of different sounds kind of on the album. But, I definitely think for me, Control was like still up there for me personally. Yeah. But how do you feel? Go ahead.
We listened to it earlier together and I was trying to like silently get her to like it more, but I guess it didn't work.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I do. I like it. I just feel like it's kind of like what we're talking about when the artist grows up. They grow up. They want to try something a little different. They want to show different sides to them, and I respect it. But for me personally, I'm just like, when you're a diehard fan, it's like I'm like, yo, like, I remember Z in 2014 and then Control, and I'm like, this was good too. It definitely did its thing, but some of the songs didn't hit as much for me. Personally.
I feel you.
Miley Cyrus song, that was not.
Here she goes.
Hannah Montana, that vibe was not for me. No.
I feel bad. I like it. I thought it was really good, but yeah, I could see how it's not as like all over the place.
Yeah.
Is that so? Yeah, and I appreciated the all over the placeness in her last album. But for her last album, it took me a long time to get into it to begin with. So,
but I mean, it's doing good. I mean, it says like the first album by a Black female artist to surpass 300 million streams on Spotify.
300 million.
300 million streams. That's big. That's big.
Let me look at
Spotify.
Whitney Houston.
I'm telling you.
How many streams she got?
Wait a minute. If Whitney was still here, she'd definitely be still topping the charts.
But I'm saying though.
Yeah, it says literally 300 million streams on Spotify in a single week. In a week, that's why it's a record. So
what?
Yeah, so she's doing. SOS is doing good. It's in the streets, heavy. It's
heavy.
Circulated.
It's in the UK streets. It's overseas.
No, seriously. Yeah. So
the boats and ferries.
So that's why I say, my little opinion, guys. I might think it's an okay album, but everybody else is
listening
a fire
to it.
Album. Yeah. So
and I appreciated the diversity on the album, like with the rap, then with the rock song,
true,
then with the Hannah Montana song. You know what I'm saying? Like I appreciated how different the album was because it could have just been like a lot of the same stuff. So she did give the girls variety.
True. Yeah.
So I feel like we have to talk about
what's going on.
Tory and Meg.
Oh boy!
But really quick because we really have to go fast.
Oh boy! You already know.
But it's so crazy. Like every day, something new is happening with this case. So it's
a little bit shocking. Like every time you open up Instagram, it's like, wait, what else is going on?
A turn of events.
Yeah.
When this first started, I guess I have to reveal my bias. So I obviously thought that, I believe Megan. I thought that Tory went ahead and he shot the woman. That's what I was thinking. I thought he was going to take stand and it was going to be revealed. But every single day is something new. And it all started when he brought that baby into the court. Why did he do that? Does anyone know?
I don't know. Was it for show? Who knows?
Who knows? But I know that baby was trying to go to bed. He did not. First of all, they took him out of school.
Exactly.
Out of pre-K, wherever he was. That's crazy. He's wanting to play with his friends.
He said, this is the only school you need is in the court. You're going to learn in the real world today.
Poor baby. No. But yeah, so it all kind of started with Tory saying that Kelsey was the shooter.
His friend Kelsey, I don't know about her. I'm not gonna lie.
Kelsey's suspicious.
It's a little shifty where
and then here she come on a stand and she's talking about how that she doesn't remember anything and she has amnesia all of a sudden. And it's like raising suspicion that did Tory pay her off? And what kind of happened behind the scenes. And it almost feels like the two of them, according to a lot of people who've been in the courtroom and are reporting on it, it almost feels like they are like ganging up on Megan to mess up her chances of having a guilty verdict.
Yeah. No,
and getting it acquitted or...
Yeah, no, I know. It does seem to have that feel. But I just feel like, right now, I feel like there's so many turns in the cases. Like, for instance, her main witness went missing. So what's up with that?
The security guard.
The security. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, the security guard, her security. How he just go missing? Like, that's a big question mark. Is it Tory's side or is it Megan's side hiding it?
Oh.
You don't know. We don't know because none of us was there.
So I'm like, dang, Tory. I'm not gonna lie, you paid a lot of people off. Where you get all this money?
I'm just saying, and then another thing that evidence warehouse in New York, it exploded. It could be. Is it coincidence
or is it Tory or is it Meg? Or is it Kelsey?
Maybe there was a box there containing something that like would have blew the case up. But I don't know, like going back to when this first happened, like, when the pictures came out, she released those pictures and videos of her, foot and stuff. It did look a little shady. I'm not gonna lie. To me, I saw the glass. Someone was like, that looked like she got cut by glass. Now, I'm not saying I believe that. I'm not saying it was glass.
Now, the examiner came and he looked at that foot and he said there were metal tidbits in it.
All right. But now they saying Kelsey might have shot her. So who knows? It could have been Kylie Jenner because she's laying low. She's laying low.
It was probably Chris in that gun. It was Chris.
It could have been. I wouldn't put it past her, yo.
Me either. Okay. What's our next topic?
Let's see.
Oh, speaking of sales, I wanted to just throw this in there real quick. It's so shady, but
oh boy.
Speaking of SZA, $300 million, you said in 1 week.
Yeah.
Respectfully, I just want to know who listened to Sweetie's new album.
Crickets. It's like,
okay, she's a great girl, love her so much, but it's like, wow.
Honestly, I saw a clip of it, like on Instagram. I think she was on live, and that was enough for me. Like, I kind of was like, okay, it's cool. It sounds like Saweetie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Beautiful girl.
She is. I'm not,
beautiful gowns.
hating on her at all. She pulls it together well, like every time. But when it comes to the music and the bars, that's another conversation.
Looks great, and I just think she looks so beautiful.
Exactly. No hating. I'm not hating, guys. I promise you. Okay, I'm not. But Saweetie, it might be time to wrap it up. No, I'm playing. I'm saying that like I can spit bars. Put me in the booth, boss. Put me in the booth with her.
No, Trey got it. Just so y'all know, like Trey gets in her little bag, it gets really crazy. How we go from laughing to talking about this, but we can't like move on without talking about Twitch.
Yeah.
And it's really crazy. When I saw it pop up, I was like, so
I didn't
shocked.
believe it at first, to
No.
be honest with you. I thought it was just like clickbait or something, like someone just putting something out there. And then like
I think the Jasmine brand reposted it for me. That's when
okay, yeah. I saw it on the Shade Room, and then I saw it on Spiritual, Spiritual Word, all the, the blogs or whatever. But that really shocked me, because especially when I realized, I was like, I hadn't been following his story as much before. Like, I remember when he was in the dancing movies, like, he was in, I think, Step Up. It was a couple movies he was in. But he was like, I know he was in that. I think he was also on, I think he might have done even Nickelodeon or Disney. He was dancing in a couple movies. I
know this.
Yeah,
he was in Magic Mike. I didn't know that. Okay. Step Up.
Yeah, Step Up. He's
several
a dancer.
Of the Step Ups.
So, like, I've been following him during that time, but
Blades
now
of Glory.
Recently he became the DJ for the Ellen Show, but I hadn't been following him there. But the fact that he has a wife, kids and everything, it just made the story even more sad, But also, again, if you see a smiling face, that don't mean that everything is all right. That's what that tells me. You could be on TikTok, popping up, dancing, doing everything, seem like you got the perfect life, your money right, everything, but clearly, you know what I mean? That's not really enough all the times. So.
I feel like it could just feel like very empty sometimes. And yeah, that was really sad.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's so permanent. Like, I'm like, is he? That's crazy.
No, it is crazy, but it's not like he's the only one. It was like Kate Spade, Anthony Bourdain, like different people that had their lives, it seems like, together. Anthony Bourdain, in case people don't know, like, he had a show on CNN, and his show was basically about traveling around the world and videotape, recording different cultures and stuff like that, and trying different foods and things. It seemed like the perfect job, basically. I was like, who wouldn't want to do that? For me, at least. I know I love to travel. So, it's, again, he had, a daughter, family, everything, and committed suicide. So that's why I say you never, even if it seems like someone has the perfect job or the perfect dream career, it doesn't mean nothing, really, at the end of the day, if you don't have peace within yourself, for real.
Kind of reminds me, I know it's a little different, like Robin Williams. Remember?
Yeah. Robin Williams, same thing.
Again?
He committed suicide. Right. And everybody was shocked by that too. But they say, like, often a lot of comedians are depressed, because that's how they deal with their pain. It's through comedy. So, yeah.
All right. So we want to move on to our main segment of this episode. Just give us 1 second.
Good stuff. No, I'm playing.
Yeah. And now we're going to go to commercial break. And we're back. Welcome back, everyone. Where'd you go? So a lot of the times I find myself feeling a little down. And I think about the power that hip hop holds. And I think about how far the message could spread to really, like, empower our community and really uplift and liberate our people. And I recently learned about escapism, and I learned, like, obviously, the concept that when you enjoy art, you really want to escape, right? And I get that. I totally get that. But when you think about hip hop and you kind of start to question kind of how or why is it that our most popular artists are typically artists that we listen to escape, and sometimes it feels like the messaging isn't always something that's good for our community. And so trying to figure out, like, the balance, I guess, with escapism and messaging.
No. Because it's like what I was saying in the car. As much as we would like to say, and like want society to want to listen to, or especially us to listen in the hip hop community, to listen to more music that is promoting, let's say, a more positive message, what the reality is, what's on, what's popping and everything, or what the, young people are listening to is drill, is the, the trap, is the, and it's like, and it's good. Like I'm not gonna lie, like on my playlist, I listen to the same stuff too. But then at the same time, it's okay to enjoy those things, but there has to be another side to it. I feel like, and like I was saying, the artists that do bring that other side, that do bring the more lyrical, rap, or the more message rap, they don't get that same airplay. It's as simple as that. They don't get the same airplay. Their numbers maybe not as big as the other guys' numbers, because what they're talking is, people say, oh, it's boring. I don't want to hear about that. It's like, but to me, it's like, why you don't want to hear about trying to, do better in your future? Why you don't want to hear about leaving the block alone and having the world? You feel me? Like Big L said it, like, y'all can have the block, I want the world. Like, it's like, to me, so it's like, I think that now, more so people are starting to gravitate towards more message rap. Like Joey Badass is doing good, like more now. He's getting bigger numbers, but I've been following him for like years.
A long time.
Yeah, like back before 2014, like 2012 and everything, But he wasn't getting them numbers then, But he's been having the same type message when you think about it, like Black empowerment, generational wealth, being at peace within yourself. These are things that really would build up the community, but
I feel like I've definitely tried to influence young people, like, oh, you don't want to just, here, come on, let's put on this Kendrick Lamar album. Come on. Yeah. And they're like, no, like, it's so boring.
They don't care. No.
And when I've even had the conversation, like, so why don't you like it? It's like it's just basically they don't care and they don't want to hear all that, and it's too long-winded, or it's like they have to think too hard and they don't even want to like do all that. And I think it's so many factors that contribute to that attitude. But
do you think that if some of the message rappers would maybe try to, and this is where it's like, again, like then you lose the art of what they're doing, because they're like, should they try to sound like the TikTok songs, or should they try to, so that way they get the message out there still, but maybe the beat is like, it'll still attract the younger ones. You know what I mean? So that might be a thing too. But then like some artists might say, but then I'm losing myself. I don't want to, you know what I mean? And it's true. So it's like, what matters more, I don't know.
But it's crazy. I say all this, I complain, and I'm still going to listen to like some crazy rah-rah song, because it just makes me feel like, I can escape and kind of like be someone that like makes me feel strong, or makes me feel in control or powerful, or whatever it might be.
Yeah. And I feel like escapism isn't bad in itself, because it's kind of like if your reality, like we were saying, reality is hard.
Right.
Capital H, hard. Okay. And everybody's realities is different. That's the thing too. So we all coming from different places. So like if your reality is really, really like, it's something like you may need a song just to get you so you can get up in the morning and go to work, because you got your bills to pay, So it's kind of like there's a balance to it. Like you were saying, it's like two sides to it. We do need those songs. That's why music is great, because it can make you feel happy, or it can make you feel like maybe you're feeling sad and you want to hear a sad song. You put it on and you just want to cry because you just want to, feel that emotion, whatever it is at the time. So music is a gateway in that way, which is good to like be able to feel your emotions and like and everything else. But if you want to escape it, like, you want to use escapism, like it also allows you to escape as well. But I just feel like it's a balance needed, it's a balance needed, especially for the young ones.
Yes.
Especially.
And just always keeping in mind like the influence that hip hop has and how many people truly use it like a Bible, like just so many things. I mean, you can quote Jay-Z's like first album and say how that impacted your life and how it inspired you to, do great and be successful and hustle and all that. So it's so influential. And I just always hope and have this like La La Land idea that like we could use that kind of impact to better our community and to kind of make us like come together.
And there are people out here doing it, I didn't mean to cut you off, but there are people out here doing it, like I was telling you, G Herbo, he opened up the whole therapy program for PTSD for kids, coming from, the hoods in Chicago. Like, so like that right there, people were talking about for a little bit, but you don't hear much about it no more, but it's still going on. He's still, giving people these services for free, which is desperately needed, especially in these neighborhoods. Like it's desperately needed, And so I feel like, G Herbo, and some people might say, well, look at his music, look what he's putting out. But then it's like, if you look at it, it's like, that's what he saw. That's his reality. And now it's like, he's in a different reality. So if you listen to his newer albums, his music, he might be talking a little bit about what he used to do, but now it's really about the future, what he's living now. He's, with his girl and his kids and stuff. Like, he's not, like he said, I'm not at the studio on the blog with the gun on my lap. I got my baby on my lap. That's one of his lyrics in his song. I got my baby on my lap now. I don't got the gun on my lap no more. So see that right there. Like, so it's just like about growth. Like, and again, your fans should be able to grow with you. But not only that, but I just feel like people like him or other artists, like, they might say, oh, it's just drill rap. But it's like, if you look at what he's trying to do, he's doing something. So it's just about your mindset and each person's mindset. I feel like the rapper's mindset, if he wants to give back to community, is community on his mind, and it should be. I wish it was more rappers had community on their mind. But
I wish the number one artists, the Hot 100, all were like, how can I think about my community and how can I incorporate that into my music in subtle ways to combat all of the negative things that we hear all the time. Okay. Anyway, that's delusion. Moving right along. So
next topic. What we want to talk about now? Something that's
like, it's like, wow, like so dramatic, but it's like, no, like I understand what you're saying.
Okay. I feel like for me, I'm trying to think for the week. It didn't really happen this week, but I'm thinking about Brittany Griner. That's just the first thing that comes to my head.
Okay.
Because that trade, was it a fair trade? I don't know. Do you see who they were traded her with? Like,
start from the beginning. Tell us everything.
No. So what we know, Brittany Griner was, over in Russia, and they had her at one of the camps or the work camps, like, and she was like supposed to serve, I think, 9 years. They sentenced her to originally for, but I guess Biden made a deal and everything else. And basically the person that they sent back over there was like a Russian arms dealer or something like that. So he deals like high end, guns and everything else. And I think he was connected with like a terrorist group too, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm like, we did a trade for her, and I appreciate her coming back. But at the same time, I was like, you let go of this guy? I don't know. It just seems a little peculiar to me. I just feel like, it's like, you couldn't let go anybody else. You let go an arms dealer for Russia, and we know what the tension is, going on right now. So I don't know. It's interesting to me.
Yeah, I feel like
maybe I'm being dramatic by saying that, like, that it's like kind of crazy to me that they would do that trade. But I just feel like it could have been a different trade, maybe with another person that's less, harmful, maybe to people out here. I don't know.
I felt like on Twitter, of course, not the most positive place to be. But on Twitter, there were so many people. Now, I don't know if these people were real or if they were bots, because there's a big difference. But the bot people, whoever they were very much so giving like, well, rules are rules.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have broke the law. Like, can everyone... Okay, that's my opinion. Listen, can everyone please shut up? Like, I understand 100% the importance of knowing the laws of the land. That's so valid. But to say, like, you should have known, like, 9 years?
Yeah.
Wasn't it 9 years that she was facing?
Yeah, 9 years.
So it's just so hypocritical. And I know you broke laws and rules. And it's just like, get out of my face. Like, I did not appreciate how, like, these bots... Because I refuse to believe that these are real people. Like, I do not think that we should like chalk it up to that. And I'm always the kind of person, like, I can't stand a law and order. Like, relax. Like, she's trying to chill. She just got off the game. She not bothering nobody. She's on a,
I have to admit, my grandma did say the rest of the team left. She should have went with the rest of the team when they left. But no, but because, she stayed behind and everything for a couple of days or whatever. And that's how she ended up getting caught when she tried to go back by herself. So my grandma was like, this is why you stay with the team.
That's a good one.
And I said, okay, grandma. I said,
find your partner, find your buddy.
Right. I said, I see that point. But like what you were saying, none of us know the law books in Russia. I mean,
I don't know a lot of laws in New York.
Exactly.
There are several laws I don't know of in many states that I cross over, New Jersey,
I feel
Pennsylvania.
like there's a new law every day.
What if I go to Connecticut? I don't know nothing about them.
Facts. Like,
and here I am getting handcuffed because I had to use a crosswalk.
now you in a work camp for 10 years. It's crazy. Like,
so y'all just gonna let me go and you just gonna say rules are rules? That's so messed up.
Kamala let her sit over there for a while though.
Kamala would have been like,
come on. It's like, where is Kamala? No.
She would have been like, bye girl.
Go ahead.
You deserve it. But yeah, so going back to community, how y'all gonna turn y'all back on y'all sister like that? All right, that's it. That's all I had to say.
But
and it might be the bots.
No, but it's a lot of hate for WNBA though. That's really what it is. They do not support the WNBA like they support the NBA. That's just a truth.
True.
We know that. Like, even in the Black community, we do not support the WNBA like we really should. Like the NBA, they don't get paid as much. It's a lot, but you know.
And also, do y'all understand like what she was going through? Like, let's just even talk about that for 2 seconds. The emotional toll of sitting in a cell. That's a real cell. This is not like a fake cell. She's not in a hotel getting this sentence.
And you in Russia. Like,
you're sitting in a cell in Russia.
Yeah, like.
And they're telling you you're gonna come home in 9 years.
Imagine processing that.
Imagine your stomach that night.
Yeah.
The bubble guts, the nausea, this abdominal cramping.
Yeah.
The trembling, the heart palpitations, the night sweat. She had to go to sleep and wake up several times thinking that she was going to go to jail for 9 years.
And we don't know how that transport went, because when they transported her to the work camp, she was off the map, off the grid.
Off the grid.
We did not know where she went, what she went through.
This is the same land that they would say, just walk ahead of me.
Right.
Bang. Ow!
No, seriously.
And you're telling me she was supposed to just keep walking,
right,
with her head high, and just remember, rules are rules. Get out of my face. Get out of my face.
But my grandma did say she probably ain't touching no more marijuana.
Brittany was, her girlfriend had it rolled up.
That's what I said.
Come, baby. Come sit down.
I know she had, she smoked the fattest one.
Yes, and I hope she got some really, really, really good sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope she's doing well. Ooh, Brittany. Girl, don't scare us like that again.
Please don't.
Yes. Okay, so I guess we could just wrap it up for this episode.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for listening.
Thanks for tuning in. You can catch us back here next week. Maybe not. Maybe in 10 business days. Maybe 7 business days. Maybe a month. We don't know. But we'll be back.
But we will.
We will be
back.
No.
Thank you.